If you have grubs in your lawn, there's two things you can do: prevent them or you can treat them. Let's get into that. But before we start killing off our grubs, let's understand the life cycle a little bit. And I'm gonna do some putting while I talk, because this might be more entertaining than me talking about a life cycle of a beetle. Just say it starts out as an egg. The egg then hatches into a pupa. Hey, I made it. The pupa turns into the larva, and the larva is what's gonna eat all your grass. But if you don't want that little thing to be eating your grass, then we can do two different options. We can go ahead and put down a granular option, or we can put down a liquid option. Now the kicker here is the active ingredient. The active ingredient, chlorantraniliprole, I probably butchered that awfully, but hey, that's okay. That little active ingredient is essential to know. It also goes by an easier name called acelepryn. Acelepryn is mainly seen in a liquid, but then you can also have the big old C word in a granular product called Grub X or Scott's Grub X. Well, which one is actually going to be better? That depends on how you like to spread your insecticides and also the capabilities of being able to spread insecticides. If you have a broadcast spreader and you like, wow, that was hot. If you have a broadcast spreader and you know that that's the easiest way and the quickest way that you'd like to do it, then go ahead and get Scott's Grub X. I believe one 29-pound bag will cover about 10,000 square feet, and you're gonna wanna make sure you water that in really well to get that product down into the roots. Or if you have a properly calibrated backpack sprayer or some type of spraying equipment, you can go ahead and get yourself some acelepryn, around $72 for a little tiny bottle of 4 ounces. But the application rate is only about 0.18 to 0.37 per 1,000 square feet. So if you're running at the absolute max rate, you're gonna be a little bit more expensive than your bag of Grub X, which covers 10,000 square feet. But what time of the year should you be applying these treatments? Great question, glad you asked. Anytime around May to June is when you're gonna wanna start treating your lawn. Because as we go back to the very boring science lesson, the larva is the stage where we want to be treating. That's 3 in a row. So our applications want to be before they start eating and feeding on our lawns. So around beginning of May is probably the best time. Here's another scenario. Say you didn't go out and you didn't put down a Grub X, you didn't put down a acelepryn, and now we're fast forwarding and that little itty bitty larva is starting to eat and munch on all of your beautiful, well-striped lawn. What do you need to do? Well, there's a different active ingredient called Dilox, and this is what's going to kill those grubs within 24 hours and will last about 2 weeks. When you go to your big box stores, you're gonna look up and you're probably gonna see Bayer or something that has a big picture of a grub on it that says, kills grubs in 24 hours. You do not wanna go out and put down Grub X, because that's not gonna work as quickly as you would like it to. If you are suspecting that those little areas are from grubs, you can go ahead and dig up a 1-by-1 area. It's 1 square foot. And if you have about 8 to 10 grubs in that little area, that's a telltale sign that that is an issue and you should treat your lawn. Most people will go and they'll dig up the brown spot and they'll look and be like, there's no grubs there. I don't have grubs. What's causing the issue? Make sure that when you're digging it up, you're digging up in the green section beside the brown, because they ate all those good roots there. Now they're moving on to the green grass and eating more of those roots. So you can kind of catch them as they're migrating through your lawn. Another perk of not having any grubs in your lawn, you simply remove the food source of any moles that are coming into your lawn. So if you have mole damage every single year, well, get rid of the food source and the moles won't come in anymore. So to recap, you can go out and get yourself a preventative. It's okay to be putting that down now, or you can wing it and wait and see if you have any grub damage. And at that point, you can put down a 24-hour grub killer. That almost went in. Found this helpful? Then go ahead and follow along, and hey, little bump action, that counts, right? Follow along, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.